tell me a story. And I thought we should talk about sports. Good old sports. I don't know if you have any sports stories, but when I approached this, my thought was to talk about some of my wrestling that I did back in middle school. Um, my my friend was on the wrestling team, and he looks at me and he says, "Joe, we need someone that's about your weight. You will join the wrestling team." I'm like, okay. So I joined the wrestling team, and they did in fact need someone my weight, because the person they had at that weight uh, was on academic suspension from the team. So yes, they did in fact need someone in that weight class, and oh man, I remember my first match. It was atrocious. I had no skills, zero skills. I did end up pinning him. It took a long while, but I won that match. Overall, I went 10-1,
Okay.
so not not horrible. Uh, of those 10, only two of those were wins by forfeit because they didn't have someone in my weight class to wrestle, and of the other eight, I won by pin. I didn't. I know. I mean, I don't know if I would have the endurance to win a full match. Um, I was. I was a hefty boy. I'm still a hefty boy. Um, but yeah, I half the season I wrestled at 185 and the other half at heavyweight, because in practice we were practicing a move and we were told that after we did the move to practice live. And so me and the heavyweight were practicing, and he tried the move, and then we were to wrestle live. I threw him in a headlock and got him airborne, and he landed on his ankle really bad, and it shattered in three places. So he was out for the season. In fact, I don't think he wrestled again after that. And so around that time, we moved to a new semester. So the one that was on academic probation could come back, and he resumed his spot, and I got bumped up to wrestling heavyweight. Uh, but yeah, yeah, it was it was interesting.
Did you ever sustain any injuries on yourself while going through your wrestling?
I did not. I did not indeed.
Good.
Um, I did. I tried wrestling in some of the open tournaments. I ended up. Uh,
Recently?
no, no. I placed second at regionals, and I only wrestled the 1 year. But I say that, and it sounds good, but there were only three people in my weight class at regionals, so I beat one person and didn't beat the other. So
Doesn't matter. You still got a W, bud.
yeah. And the one person that I lost to, so this was in eighth grade. I was in eighth grade, and he was a senior. And as we were walking up, he was talking to one of his friends, being like, "Man, I don't even want to be here. I'm sick." And no, yeah, he trounced me. I'm like, well, that's a that's a big ego boost.
He's well, he pulled the Michael Jordan, having the flu and still destroying the Utah Jazz for that championship, right?
Yep. But no, it was a good experience. It was fun. My friend after that year didn't wrestle anymore, and so I was like, I trained with the high school kids the summer after, um, between eighth and ninth grade. I didn't I didn't like the coach. He was very old school and inappropriate, and I was just like, not in his actions, in his words. He
Hmm.
was he was inappropriate. At least not any actions that I saw.
Yeah,
Um,
fair.
but ironically, he was my dad's coach when my dad wrestled in high school.
No, no, retire, bud.
Yeah,
No.
he was an old man. But yeah, no, he was a character. I think a year later, after I was off the team, or after I had was done, he did officially retire. But yeah, no, he made all kinds of very inappropriate comments, and I was just like, yeah, no thanks.
And that's why you can tolerate me today.
Exactly. But did you play any sports,
Yeah, but
like hockey maybe?
I played hockey and I played baseball. I played hockey from the age of 5 to 19. And baseball I played about the same from 5 to about 12. But hockey was my main sport. I played all the way up to junior A, which is like the beginning stages of like your professional minor league career. So we were pretty deep into it. Um, but a lot of my stories that I have from sports is about off ice antics at like tournaments and stuff, which I'm happy to share, but this is not the platform to share it on. Um, but for hockey, yeah, I played aggressive and I played for a long time. And it's funny because I played both between a club and school. And in my club team, I was averaging about 20 goals a season. And
Ooh.
for my school team, I only scored 1 goal the entire 4 years of varsity,
Oh boy.
which is hilarious because it came on the second to last game of my senior year. In a game we were only playing, we were already up like 8-1, right? And I pop in my first career high school goal and lost my mind, right? At that point, right, there's like, you don't celebrate once you're already up by like 5 goals because it's disrespectful. Nope, not me. I did the whole running down the ice, knee highs up, and like I heard the bench like, "Are you kidding me, dude? Like, are you kidding me?" And I was like, "No, I have no shame." Um, it's just funny because like club was a lot more. It was a better league, right? It was more of a competitive, better players to play against, and I thrived in there. But for the high school team, I couldn't really get anything in the net. Um, but the one story I'll leave you is the one time I had to be stretchered off the ice.
Oh boy.
I'll tell you 2 stories. We'll make the stretcher one really quick, and then we'll leave on a punchy one. Um, so we were playing. It was a high school game. I was about a junior in high school, and there was a race. Right, the puck was thrown into the neutral zone and into the other team's zone, and I was the closest one to it. So I was skating my butt off to get to that puck, and the goaltender noticed, like, okay, he's going to have the puck alone. I'm also going to sprint forward to kind of shut him off so that he doesn't have. So we're racing towards the puck at the same time, and he dives feet first to kind of take the puck away and smother it in his stomach, except his skate caught me where I have no pads on the inner thigh.
Oh boy.
From about right above my knee into my groin.
Oh yeah.
And
well, that's one way to get a vasectomy.
Well, I said almost to my groin. That's patreon.com/wiseandnerdy. And so he gets up because he's got the puck, and he looks down, and there's blood all over the ice because his skates were sharp enough to cut through my pants and my socks and all my equipment. And so they had to stretcher me off the ice and rush me to the local hospital. Luckily, right there on your leg where I was hit, it's mostly fat. There's not a lot of tendons or anything. And so it luckily wasn't deep enough to catch like an artery or anything like that.
Yeah.
Um,
You didn't die.
I didn't die or lose my leg. And literally they threw stitches in my inseam from my knee to my groin, and I took a couple months out so that
Yeah.
was so that could heal up. So that was fun. And then the other only story I have that I'll share here tonight is I got into a fight in a game I was not playing in.
Wait, what?
So once again, this is high school. This is senior year of high school, and I've already been suspended for one game. And so, as the captain of the high school team, I still have to go to the rink. Right, I have to wear the suit and be in the locker room and be everything. I'm not allowed on the bench, but I have to be there presently with the team. And so, you wouldn't believe this if I told you, Joe, but I was a smart aleck and a rebel rouser all the way back then. So instead of sitting up in the stands with the rest of the fans and with my family and all that, I sat at the boards where the door is, and there's like a slight crack in the glass so that the door can open and close. And I sat there the entire game, heckling the other team's goalie.
Okay.
And so we're losing by 1 going into the third period, and we pop in a goal like with 10 minutes left, and I'm hounding this goalie verbally, saying probably a lot of the things that your wrestling coach said, but I'm saying it to just one person. And then with about 50 seconds left in the game, we get the go-ahead goal to solidify the win. And I lay into this kid. God bless his soul. And so at the end of every hockey game, still today in school and in club, you congratulate your team and whatnot, and then you shake hands at the end of the game saying good game. The goalie skated right over to the door, and I opened it up, and then me and him got into an altercation right there at the edge of the ice. And my buddy, I'll just say his name is Zach. My buddy Zach, very quiet, very pensive, very, very low kilter, individual, sees this happens, right? And he leaves the line and comes full force and hits the goalie from behind, knocking the 3 of us into the locker room. Right? There's no coaches, there's no parents. This is a mayhem fight that's going on inside this locker room.
No witnesses.
Well, that's the thing. As soon as Zach hit that kid, like everybody knew what was going on, right? And so the parents run over, the coaches are running over. There's mayhem inside this rink. I don't have any equipment on, and I'm taking a couple punches in the face. His helmet was ripped off, and he's catching a couple punches. The cops had to call to the rink and separate everybody, right? And so now, not only this is Joey, this is a 4-rink venue, right? It's not like it's the only rink inside this facility. So now everybody from all the other 3 rinks are now in this rink because what the heck is going on? The police are here. What kind of altercation has happened? Like, what is going on inside this high school hockey game? And I had to be escorted to my parents' car by police because they were worried about retaliation from the other players, and then also the parents of the other team. I remember catching it from the goaltender's dad as the cops were leading me out. He was like, well, let me clean this up. That's my son that you did that to. And I colorfully said, yeah, are you sure that's not your daughter? And then and then the police literally pushed me out of the rink into my parents' car. So I have a lot more stories from hockey. That's just one of the most more interesting ones. Because we're all a bunch of high school boys full of stupidity. So yeah,
Oh man.
I still play hockey, Joey. I picked it back up last year. I took a 20-year break, and now I'm playing hockey again, and my body hurts.
It's all them fights.
It's all them fights. You wouldn't realize this or think about it, but eating 6 hot dogs before you go play hockey, not a great pre-sport meal, but I'm not going to stop.
Unless they're Costco hockey.
Costco hockey.
Costco hot
That's
dogs.
right.
Yeah, Costco, they sell everything, even
sell
hockey
everything.
rinks. Just like Charles, he'll sell anything.
It's true.